The biggest, most important thing, if I wanted to share anything with anybody, question what you believe to be true. This will get you. If you believe everything is impossible, that's just a belief. If you believe we're all supposed to die, that's a belief. Every time, every single opinion, every time you open your mouth and make a statement, when you wake up in the morning and you make a movement, every disagreement you possibly can have with any other human being, at the end of everything, all of the driving forces behind every single thing that you do is a belief. And this is definitely something that these elites, religion is all about belief. Just believe. Just magically believe. Have faith in just believe. And if you can get people to believe what you want them to believe, you can manipulate them down any friggin' path you want them to be. That's why religious people are so easily manipulated, is because they want something so good that they will give up everything for faith. They can't see their actions. They can't recognize what is good or bad anymore. They justify good behavior. They think good behavior is actually bad behavior. Or bad behavior, then vice versa. Bad behavior is actually a good thing. This guy that's on my channel, there's, I purposely went into the conversation so you can see this guy's own insanity. He says he's going to outlive me or outlove me. Sorry, that's the word. He's going to outlove me. I've already told him, like, your love is kind of killing me, kind of stressing me out, but he's going to constantly do it because he wants to cause me stress. He wants to break me. He wants me destroyed so that I'll believe the way he wants me to believe. And it's like, first of all, let's kind of look at it. Do you think in any way, shape, or form that love means destroying another human being? Like, what are the limits that you'll go to destroy somebody? And then just because you think it's in the name of God, does that make any sense to you at all? Like, it's, Christians are really loving people. They really want to, believe in God, but because of that, because they need to be saved, because they've experienced so much hell in their lives, they really want to believe in something bigger than themselves that's going to, show them love and show them, save them. So Satan's right there going, let me save you. So what Satan has done is gone into every one of your belief systems. Every single thing that you believe is totally wrong. And start just making some sense out of what it is you believe. When you wake up every day, kind of look at what you believe. Kind of look at every single thought you have is based on a belief system. And does that belief that you have give you power or strength? Does it improve the world? Does it benefit anybody else? Like, what's your belief on what love is supposed to be? Do you want love to be something that feels good or feels bad? Then look at when you love somebody else. Do you see them feeling that loving feeling that you think it's supposed to be? Or if somebody's really angry after you just finished loving them, maybe reflect on your idea of love and how you're giving it is a little wrong. At the end of the day, our reality, every one of our experiences are based on what we believe to be true. These elites have been brainwashing you through commercials, through products, through, what's right and wrong depends on how big your paycheck is. Humanity has been made to believe so many lies. And we don't know what the truth is anymore. So that's why I kind of started my channel, is to sort of inject some concepts of truth. And what I'm finding out is the most offensive thing you can say to a Christian is life is about living. That is the most offensive thing that you can say to Christians. How come that is such a bad, evil thing to believe in, that God gave you life and life is about living, not dying? God didn't put you on this planet so you can die. But yet, that apparently is a big, big sin. You know, that I need to be saved. I've been deceived by some kind of evil force that says, how dare I want to live? It's just insane. But I think what really brought out the insanity is the Bible was living 900 years. And I've been questioning, okay, what's killing us? What's making our lifespan so short? But because I mentioned 900 years, um, that is like, I've been bought into a lie. And it's like, I got it from your own freaking Bible. You know, it's your own Bible that taught me about this stuff. Yet you want to use a Bible to think that I've been manipulated in, you know, into some really bad path. And it's like, no. No, it's your own freaking Bible. You just don't know how to read that Bible because you've been heavily influenced to believe evil is a good thing. You're heavily manipulated into believing that if you pollute your planet, you have no control over it and you can't clean it. You're made to believe that if you have cancer, you got to die from it. And, you know, like, no, cancer's been cured. We've even been shown that there's spontaneous cancer healing, but nobody knows how to explain that one. We need to be taking a bunch of pills and, you know, destroy a bunch of cells in order to cure cancer. We all want a cure to cancer, yet we don't want to change our behaviors that cause cancer. You know, we don't want to stop putting all those toxins into the air that happens to be killing us because we think that's a good thing. You know, you want a cure to cancer, change your behaviors. Simple. You know, if you want to transform the toxins that are in your system, then, you know, don't make it illegal to buy the toxins that clean your system. You know, that's what we're kind of doing, is we're making everything that can actually cure you actually illegal. It's a drug that's really bad for you, so you're not allowed to have that. You know, but all of the toxic, you know, I mean, look at what it takes to cure cancer. If you want to see how much poison they're putting into your system and then they call it a cure, you know, like, you want all of everything that destroys humanity is what we're made to believe is actually good for you. And everything that's really good for you is made to be really, really illegal and bad and evil. You know, just kind of look at the way police behave. You know, like, I went for a walk and out in nature, and who stopped me? A cop. And, you know, he says he's got to just check things out, and it's, yeah, okay, it was border control, and I was like, oh, maybe a mile away from the border, and he thought for some reason, you know, a single woman with a pink freaking backpack was a big threat to border control for some reason. You know, like, walking out in nature is not a natural thing. That he had to go out, take his car, and drive out into nature to check me out. You know, there's a whole pile of people horseback riding. Lots of action is going on there, but single woman with a pink backpack a mile away from the border walking and just sitting on a rock and enjoying life is something, you know, questionable, that this guy had to come out. And I kind of made the statement that you're kind of a little paranoid, aren't you? And, you know, this guy said, yeah, they train me to be paranoid. So, you know, when we go into our schools, our school systems are training police officers to be paranoid schizophrenic, and then we're saying that that is a healthy behavior, and we believe it. You know, at the end of the day, just start questioning every single thing you believe in. Just make it a little friggin' game with yourself and say, oh, is that really true? Is that just a belief? And does that belief need to be true? And then, any conversation you start having with everybody else, just start sort of seeing, recognize everything is just a belief. And then, just question the people that you hang with and say, is that belief really true? Can you change that belief? Can there be something else that might be a little bit more productive? Can we get a little bit more power if we sort of change that belief into something else? Because a belief is just a belief. You can change it around to believe whatever the hell you want to believe in. You just are lacking information. If you believe something's impossible, it's just because you don't know how it is possible. And as long as you believe it's impossible, you'll never search for an answer to find out how things are possible. But all of this mess, believe it, it can be cleaned up. But if you're made to believe as Christians that it's too late, you can't do that, you'll never find it. DNA is one of the biggest scams going, that you cannot change DNA. Well, I found the science that says that's a little wrong. We can change DNA. We can have perfect control over our DNA, but you gotta control what it is you think about and what you believe, because your beliefs create the chemicals that create your DNA. But you didn't know that because science doesn't want you knowing all of the chemicals and how DNA is created, and they don't want you knowing all of the big secrets that create DNA. They just want it to be some mystery that's out of your control. But they've been knowing to cure a lot of illnesses by just changing your own personal DNA. Instead of letting your DNA kill you and make you susceptible for all of these diseases, transform your DNA and prevent your diseases that you get. Big secret, but ultimately, if you cannot control what you believe, you'll never go down a path of finding the information to believe something different. But it all starts with, I'm going to believe it's possible. It won't kill you just to say, I'm going to believe it's possible. I mean, it's not going to be your death. Yeah, maybe other people will judge you, but do you have the courage to believe in something different? I do. I don't really give a shit. I choose to believe that this whole world can be saved. I'm not, I don't need to go out and save anybody. I just happen to know that there's more than enough people on this planet that, do want this planet safe. They just don't know how to do it. A lot of these Christians, if they could just sort of see what's right and wrong, I mean, that group of people can really make a big, massive change. But they got to change what they believe in. They got to start believing in God, and God is a good thing. Or then we can see some big changes.